got the,
Right on
hearing.
time.
Off of the 18.
Yeah.
Hole, and, you know, I was one over par and I didn't want to go in. Nobody.
Only you.
But I bogeyed my way in, so
Want to pass them down?
that doesn't go on the record, does it?
Well, it's being mic'd now, so.
Oh, we're live.
All right, well, why don't we get started then? I assume we don't have any public input or letters or anything. I mean,
I didn't hear of any
Michelle,
correspondence or public
hold us up.
input.
all right. Then, any changes to the agenda that anybody wanted to make? Maybe this, I don't know if this is the time to mention it or not, but I mean, some of us went on a tour of the
Yeah, what'd you think?
the site. Well, it sure looks like a wooded area instead of a instead of a building site.
Yeah.
But,
Maybe we talk about that at the planning and zoning.
well, I mean, I don't think anything's coming up
Oh,
for at least a couple weeks there. So,
Okay.
and I don't think we probably really don't have any reason to comment on anything until they make another submission.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
And our last letter was that, you know, they needed to respond to everybody's comments.
Yep.
And we haven't seen anything new.
Don't they have to get a change in zoning?
They wanted to split the property out because it's one,
So-
it's like 4 properties or one, I forget what
Right.
it is,
I
but
think
they're,
3 and they wanna make them
Yeah.
5.
yeah,
Yeah.
something
I
like
think
that,
you're
so
right.
they got
Yeah.
divided
Yeah,
out.
so they gotta subdivide.
Yup.
Right.
Right.
Then they have to come back with I went to the planning board the last time or whatever, the zoning board.
Yep.
So they then they had a whole bunch of, items that they wanna review from, I forget which government agency it was, but there's a whole bunch of questions that they had.
Monroe County had a whole list of
Yes.
comments.
Yeah.
I think the DEC might have had some
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah, sure.
And our engineering firm, you know,
Yep,
the
correct, yep.
town's engineering firm, Labella, had a bunch of comments too, so.
Well, from an environmental point of view, it's not really good that they can subdivide this. It's shaky enough. I mean, it's got enough E-pods and
Yeah. Between the slopes and
trees
the
to be
trees.
cut down that are valuable trees.
Yeah,
Agreed? Yeah.
and then once they cut down the trees, what's that gonna do to some of the slope besides, so. We'll see what they come back with, but, we don't need to review anything else until and unless they come back with something that meets all those comments, so.
Yeah.
So so the current status is that they haven't got the subdivision yet?
No.
No, no,
Okay.
So they need to do subdivision, and they need to answer the
Well-
questions.
yeah,
I think it met like a class 1 action with Monroe County or something with the DEC, so now they have to go back and answer all these environmental questions and,
Yep. And they weren't sure about exactly what they were gonna build to, so that was just a representation of what they thought they were gonna build.
okay.
So they need to come in with finalized plans and,
So there's a lot more work to be done.
I could see one house on it.
I thought that the east side or north? North, so if you're going down the hill to the left where they wanna put 2 houses, it was already cleared at one point and they were storing boats and stuff. So I think if they're creative with the way that they access the property, that there is a possibility to put 1 house there. I mean, it's cleared anyway, it's
Yeah.
waist-high vegetation, but I'm sure that doesn't fit their financial plan.
yeah,
No,
yeah, so we'll get another chance to review it when
the
and if
argument
they
they have,
submit anything.
they submitted the site capacity worksheet, assuming that the E-pods are correctly delineated, they're entitled to put 5 houses there
Really?
by the site capacity worksheet. That's assuming that the E-pods are correct. They gave an acreage for all of them. I agree with you, 1 house on the 104 side, left side, as you're going down the hill. When I talked to the engineer guy, he said, I was pissed because that second house on the north side is right on the slope. I mean, it's like 12 feet away. And we've never had a case where people built close to the slope where later they didn't want to put something back there, like a deck or cornhole game or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said that they were unable to move it farther forward toward the Newport Road. But he didn't have a good reason for why that was.
Setbacks, maybe?
That's where those are two of the stakes that I found when I did it. And it looked like it was a good distance from the road.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a setback issue.
It almost looked like that was farther from the road than the houses on the other side.
I don't know where it stands, but some years ago, up by the lake, we had an issue where the guy wanted to build close to the steep slope, and at that time, the town invoked that they had to stay out of the transition zone. This struck me as being a similar case. But what ended up happening up by the lake there is the town made a deal. The guy gave some property to the town, and they let him build. But he did stay away from the transition zone. I think we need a lawyer.
Well, I think before anything else got approved, we definitely have our lawyers involved. All right, well, like I said, I'm sure we'll be talking about, well, I'm not sure, but I assume we'll be talking about that a lot more in the future. Okay.
Did all you guys have the same impression, that it's just too much?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, definitely questionable.
Hopefully it doesn't.
As individuals, we could, I guess.
All right, did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes from last month? Any changes or comments on the minutes?
I'll move them as submitted.
Okay, a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, we have to
Oh,
abstain.
right, yeah, yep. All right. And like I said, we got no correspondence. New business of any kind? Okay. Okay, the planning board sign-up sheet. From what Michelle sent out this month, Jack, it doesn't look like, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
Jack, doesn't
wasn't
look like,
anything that we have
anything to do.
input on.
so it's totally up to you as to whether you even want to.
I may go to the workshop just to see what they have to
Okay.
say about the referral.
All right. Okay, and from the planning board workshop last month? Oh, Katie went and she's not here, so. Tree Town USA.
Gearing up to start ordering trees for the fall round of planting. Don't know how many yet. Still got to see what's available, what the cost is this time of year, and see how many I can get. I'm going to exhaust the budget and buy as many as I can. Do you guys have any suggestions for species that you'd like to see planted? Probably gonna get, oaks don't transplant well in the fall, so I'm gonna hold off on those. I'm gonna get some Freeman maples, which is a red, silver hybrid. Kind of the best of both. As fast growing as the silvers, but harder wood so they don't fail. I think some American elm cultivars, river birch.
What?
American elm.
Oh, yeah.
they're crossbreeding those with Chinese elm and several other species to see how close they can get it to a true American elm, but resistant to Dutch elm disease.
Right. It's still going around?
Yeah, I think we lost one of our big American elms, one of the last two that we have in town left. I saw it
man.
the other day and it was in rough shape, so I think it has Dutch elm. So it's still around, yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gary from the DEC made that presentation a year or two ago over in the library about that, you know, breeding the new,
Yeah, that was the
Species
American
of
chestnut.
oh, okay, I was thinking it
Yeah.
was elms, that's right, I'm
Nope.
sorry.
Same
Resist
thing,
chestnut.
different
Same problem.
species, yeah. What else did I have? Some smaller flowering species like redbuds and service berries.
What do you think
Maybe
about
still-
river birch? Does that do, I planted two at the Fish and Game Club and they're just, although we're kinda close to the water, but it's not, it's above, they're doing tremendous.
I've had nothing but success with them.
Yeah.
They're
They're
awesome.
pretty quick growing too.
Yeah, grow really fast.
Beautiful tree.
Yep. Yeah, so that's one that I plan on getting. They do well, even though they are river birch, they do well in drought conditions too. So,
Yeah, that's,
We planted hornbeam,
yes.
what they do.
Good. We haven't planted them in a while. There's a neighborhood just south of 104 that has a lot of them. They're over mature though. Planted a couple last year, and so far they're doing good.
They're kind of attractive,
Yeah.
are they,
agree.
is this the hop hornbeam or, cause that's what on Conifer has, where the town raised the road, 4
Yep.
feet. There's just a line of 22 foot
Cool.
hornbeams. They're hop hornbeams. They have a little, it looks like a hop kernel, but and then it turns into like a little pine cone in the fall. Do you know this,
Yeah.
you know the
little
tree?
seed pod that kind of dangles.
No, it's like a little miniature, about the size of the end of your finger, pine cone like, but it's called the hop hornbeam because it looks like hop bud, I guess.
The European hornbeams, which are also called ironwood, which is confusing because there's also another ironwood, but European hornbeams are the ones that do better on the roadside. The hop hornbeams are more of an understory, delicate tree that don't really put up with the pollution and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Of course, if they're ironwood now, there's probably a 50% tariff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm open to suggestions if you guys aren't got anything that you'd like to see planted. Willows? Yeah, real well. Sycamores are tried and true.
Yeah.
Cedar? Yep. We have a couple. Typically don't plant evergreens on right-of-ways. Just because site distance issues, it takes a while for them to actually get their canopy to see underneath. In the right situation though, those are great.
Maybe this is separate, but, I stumbled across like the American Chestnut Project,
Yeah.
and I was wondering if we would wanna submit, like, if there's a spot on town land where we would wanna submit to like be a host planting spot for them.
Funny you said that.
Oh,
Last year, I reached out to the president of the New York chapter,
oh,
and I got some nuts from him.
okay,
And I had about 7 or 8 germinate last year. About 5 of them made them through the winter, so I have 5 at my house right now.
oh,
They're only foot and a half tall at this
Uh-huh.
point. I plan on when they get big enough to plant them at the cemetery. probably not gonna live more than 15, 20 years, but if we can get that much out of them, they'll produce nuts, and then we can just start spreading them.
Yeah. There's a chestnut in my backyard, but I think it's like some other silence.
Well, they planted Chinese chestnuts when the chestnut plague came. We got 2 of them over at my garden. I don't know if the American chestnut is as messy as these Chinese jobs are, but they are pretty much a filthy tree in terms of catkins. I mean, they take tons of catkins. So if you have them where they can fall on your roof, you gotta clean your roof. So you wanna give them to somebody who, if you give them to a person, you want them to know that they want one.
Yeah.
And what it might do.
Good point.
Those spiky things are so sharp. Oh my god.
On a totally separate issue, I noticed that the largest tree in the town had some serious damage to it a month or so ago.
Yes.
What happened there? Was that from wind or lightning or?
It lost a branch in the spring, lost a big branch. The big wound that's out over the road, though, was an out-of-town tree care company that was hired by Monroe County to come and clear the road so they can pave it.
Oh, jeez.
So that's why that big stuff is sticking out.
Is this the one on Culver?
Yeah, right by the church.
Oh, right at the end of by Jack and I. Oh,
Yeah, look at it when you come out. It's dead-ended with one little twig sticking off it. So, I would enjoy that the next couple of years.
Really? That's,
Think about it.
oh boy.
those two big branches provided a lot of nourishment to the
Yeah.
trees. Is that why?
It lost one off the roadside, it lost one off the church side, and then they cut a predominant branch off of it, so it lost quite a bit this year.
Oh man.
And it's been really hot.
Yeah.
Let's live this long, we'll see.
Yep. Well, you never know.
A lot,
Another
yeah.
200 years and.
Went through the Civil War.
All right. Well, anything else on trees?
Ginkgos.
That's all I got.
Ginkgos are real messy. Is it the males or the females?
Males are good.
You want the males, you don't want the
Females put out a lot of, it's weird. that
Somebody
they're-
planted one right there. A female, and it produces really stinky seeds.
Oh, I know. Awful.
We plant them on the right of ways, but we get males.
Yeah,
Well,
you hope.
you hope they're males. One or two sneak by, but you don't know it for about 10, 15 years.
I planted the whole center of Kodak Park with them, and they got about 5 females out of 20 trees.
Yeah,
It is nasty.
they are pungent.
Yeah.
Smells
very
like
polite.
rotting fish. Yeah,
Thanks.
they stink.
So, the farmer's market, how'd the birdhouse event go?
Stevie rounded up 18 people. All seemed to have fun.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, no, we did a ton of birdhouses.
Beautiful.
One real little kid, a 3-year-old.
Yeah. But that girl I hit that was about 4 or 5, she could hammer that thing.
She
Most
really
of the
hit.
kids would tilt the hammer. She just would hit it straight down. I was like,
She was good.
yeah. It's fun to watch, really. Yeah, it is. It's fun to watch the kids. They get pretty excited. Good fun.
All right. Well, and I guess tomorrow, I'm gonna be there with the Monroe County Solid Waste people. Unfortunately, the person who has been in charge of that retired effective Monday.
Oh,
So the person who was her assistant is in charge now, and I think I've met the person who's gonna come out, so we'll see. Hopefully they have all the same material that they had in the past, cause that's gone over well the last few years, people come up. It's always amazing how many is amazing how many people don't know what's recyclable and what's not. And get lists from
They, Waste Management decided they weren't gonna serve Huntington Hills anymore. So, it's been
similar to what was on Norton Street 15 years ago, maybe, when they added the sidewalks there and brought the curbs in to where the gutters were. So because they're doing that, their initial plan was to remove all the trees, and that sparked a lot of
Those are nice
outrage.
trees.
There's some gigantic oaks, really nice trees there. So I've had a lot of people reach out. There's a petition circling online. I know that they've been floating the emails of the decision makers and stuff to have people reach out to them and voice their opinions. I know it's early in the planning stage. I hope that with all the interest in saving the trees, that the plans can either be altered or changed to save some, because the sidewalk's not going on the west side of the road. They're just bringing the curb line in, and I assume that they're worried that when they dig the curb line, that they're gonna disrupt the roots, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they need to remove the trees.
Yeah.
If the proper measures are taken, you can definitely save most of the good trees.
So who are the decision makers?
I know they posted online, like Bello and everyone else, just to throw those names out there, because those are.
Is it a county road? or-
Yeah, it's one road now.
Oh.
Okay.
So they posted the project manager's email, the one that was holding the public forum at the exempts, and yeah.
Can, go ahead.
Are majority of
Is
the
that-
trees were removed on before the Big Hill?
The majority of the big trees are right by the school. As soon as you turn on Thomas, they're right there on the left, which is opposite of where the sidewalk's going. The sidewalk is already established until Mount Airy,
Yeah.
which is about a third of the way down. So I know they can't save anything that's in the way of the sidewalk. There's
Right.
only so much room on the right of way, and if there's a tree in the way, it's gotta go, but I just have a hard time swallowing that the trees on the opposite side of the road need to be removed.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't make
doesn't make a lot of
sense.
sense.
Could we draft a letter that we're aware of the proposal and that we would like to see all measures to preserve the trees,
I mean, could we
mature trees?
reach out to all the conservation boards in the county? Or the Environmental Management Council to like send a letter to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Is
And
that a
also-
county road?
It is, yeah. I printed some pictures, you can't see them from the plans.
St. Paul County Road as well?
Yes, yeah. Their initial plan, well, one of their initial ideas was to add a roundabout in the intersection at St. Paul and Thomas.
No,
But they needed to obtain some property from the school to do that, and that just didn't happen. I mean, these are the
so
plans.
there's already a sidewalk where the school is?
Yeah,
So
so
it's not like, cause they might be in
Oh,
Mount.
I'm so sorry.
the sidewalk's starting here, and it goes all the way down to Mount Airy, which is about here.
Yeah, I know Mount, I know, so many.
So, proposed trees and shrubs for removal. These are all gigantic oaks. And what they're doing is, it's super hard to tell, but that's where the asphalt starts. Removing the asphalt away from the trees. So it's almost like they'd be improving the environment for the trees rather than hurting them, but
What if the sidewalk went around
Did
the
they-
trees?
did they
Like,
do
what
it?
if the homeowners?
there's no sidewalk
Yeah,
going
sidewalks.
here. That's the,
That's on the opposite
Just
side.
getting rid of
Got
it.
it.
It's just getting rid of
I think that they're worried that they're going to disrupt the roots when they dig the curb.
Or that the roots will disrupt the.
And then I just don't wanna deal with having to
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What
They
they're gonna
don't
do,
need,
yeah, they're gonna eliminate all this asphalt, move the mailboxes to the curb edge.
Why do they?
Why do they need to remove the trees?
Other
So,
side,
this side is where the sidewalk's going.
Okay.
which is already
There's
Okay.
existing one.
Wait,
There's already, yeah, there's already a sidewalk here. Going down
yeah,
here.
most of the big trees are right in there.
So they just don't wanna have to deal with coming back and dealing with dying trees after. So they're just gonna rip them all out of there.
Tom, you deal with it.
But I would.
I know.
So yeah, the sidewalk already goes to,
Mount Airy, you said.
yeah, Mount Airy, which is this road.
I know so many
So,
people that live on that.
All they're doing is adding, well, not all they're doing, but they're adding sidewalk from here all the way down to Pattonwood.
Wow.
So obviously, all these trees in here have to go, because they're in direct line of the sidewalk.
It's trees too.
There are some, but not even close to the ones on the other side.
so the alternative is they don't build a sidewalk, or there's a way they can have a sidewalk and protect
No,
the
the
trees?
sidewalk doesn't.
So he's more concerned about all those mature trees on this side.
Just because they're putting a curb in, the curb.
Yeah, they could do that.
Well, official, because they're planting grass, right? Wouldn't that just make it even better to have more greenery over there? Yeah, like instead of asphalt.
That's a lot of expense too, to pull all those stumps out of there. Those trees are big.
So, it's here. There's a monster white oak.
See, I go by there.
Big red oak there. Big red oak there.
It's insane.
Curve to where the gutter is.
I can see where they would disturb some roots, but
But
Sidewalks on the other side.
even if those trees die, they'll do it over time and you wouldn't have the one super major expense.
Right.
To remove those trees, take them all out now is a lot of money.
oh my god.
I don't know why I'm not understanding this, but I still don't get why they're bringing the curb. Like, why is that impacted? Why do they have to do that?
From a maintenance standpoint, they're doing it on Ridge Road right now too,
Uh-huh.
like in front of Wegmans. Right on East Ridge Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
In front of Burn Dairy.
see any reason why you couldn't comment to the Environmental Conservation,
know that was the initial.
Environmental Management Committee,
Yeah.
and just say this is something that's going on,
You guys did a
county
great
road
job
in our
going down
town,
to
might be something you
down
wanna
to the
comment.
club. New Glen Haven? Huh? That's,
You like that?
oh my God, that's so nice now. It was such a rugged, Glen Haven that goes down to the bay off of,
Bayview?
Bayview, yeah. It was like, it was rutted, it was like, it was a mess. And these guys did a great job, they put a curb in, and they came in and paved it.
I haven't been
I'm
down
surprised
there.
you don't have skateboarders down there.
Okay, so,
Having a Lotto bitch and that.
alright, so Steve you'll draft that letter and everybody comment on it, especially you, Scott. Since you have the best understanding of this proposal.
Is this like public information? Like, do the residents know that this is happening, or like could happen?
Yeah, yeah, they had that public forum.
Yeah,
It might have even been on the town website that it was happening.
because I can only see how that would go over. You know.
It's
Yeah.
one of the greatest things of, like, when you leave the lake and you
Yeah.
drive
Oh,
home
yeah.
and you see those
Nice.
gorgeous, I mean, every time
Yeah.
I go up there, I just
Yeah,
marvel
that's
at
what you
how.
notice.
Yeah,
So should the letter be written to the town, to our town,
Yeah.
to urge them to talk to the county?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of the town board or the town maybe, I don't know,
In the planning board, I
I
mean,
think the more people, the better.
well, maybe we could address it to
Right,
the
the
planning
same
board,
with-
the town board, and the
With the
supervisor.
idea that it's on the town management, Michelle knows who the people are.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, anything else on the liaison? Okay,
let us know about that.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, and Michelle said the only thing going on at the next planning and zoning board doesn't really affect us at all, but Jack, you said you might go to
I
the
might go to the workshop.
workshop
and just-
anyway. Okay. All right, anything else that anybody wants to bring up or talk about? Okay, then I guess I'll take a motion for adjournment.
I move that we adjourn.
Okay, all in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Okay. And then I guess our next meeting is September 3rd, I think. Okay.
I just have